Morning, it's Thad again here at Willoway. We're in one of our larger greenhouses with Hydrangea macrophylla here today. This is a force crop. Wanted to talk a little bit about what the weather's doing. We have sunny all week. We're at 100 growing degree days, base 50. Some of the indicator plants we want to be looking at right now would be Norway maple first blooms at 116 degree days, and also Chanticleer pear would be at 123 degree days. So we're getting right in there. We're going to be climbing pretty fast this week because the nighttime temperatures are going to be up. Some of the other things we want to be looking for is aphids are going to start becoming a problem out in the natural crops. Start seeing those after 100 degree days. The other one that really we're concerned about at 136 degree days is ambrosia beetle, or what they're calling now black stem borer. And those we want to be watching for, and you want to get your sprays on ahead of time. So when we have some consistently 3 days of above 60 degrees is generally when we start to see that, and you want to get your sprays on ahead of time. So we'll be looking for that. Large case bearer feeding is also coming up as well. And then another one that can be pretty devastating is European pine sawfly. Starts at about 100 to 200 degree days, so they'll just get started. And at 100 degree days as well, you're seeing eastern tent caterpillar, which starts coming on your malice. Speaking of malice, the other thing you want to get out there is fire blight sprays. As they start to break the buds, you want to start getting copper sprays on for fire blight in this part. So we've started as well here. Kind of just on a touch why I'm in this house in particular is I want to talk a little bit about, to tag on to last week's talk about crop scouting. And one of the things that we want to look for when you walk into a house is consistency in the crop, or in fact looking for differences within the crop. So if there's inconsistency, it may show some water issues, could show an area that you have a pest or a disease starting in. So as I look back out through here, I want to be able to see that everything looks pretty uniform. If I see off color, or I see areas that aren't as tall as some of them, or maybe some that are taller. As you can see behind us, we have a blowing head back there in irrigation. That will cause problems with having even watering. So those plants in that area will, after a few weeks of that, or a week or so, it will actually show up as those plants will be stunted down a little bit. So some of the other things that I want to look for is just the crop stage. Since these are forced, I want to make sure that they're all pretty consistently. So when we go to ship and sell to one of our customers, that they're easy to pick and pull. So some of this we're holding back because they're ready for pre-Mother's Day. And they're about where we want them, but we don't want them to get too far ahead. This week's going to be a challenge. So stay tuned. We'll talk to you next week.